What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to Mundo Sporto. Massive game today in the hunt for top four in the Premier League. Chelsea hosting Manchester United at the Bridge. Team news is in. We'll go through it. Loads of stuff, folks. Loads of stuff to get through. Let me just get the team news up as well, so I have it here in front of me. How are we all? Massive result earlier on. Did not see Arsenal going and beating Leicester City by 3-1. I have to say that was a big win. That was a big win for Arsenal. And look, is this a bit of a wobble from Leicester, perhaps? We'd seen it in recent seasons. I thought they had enough of a cushion this year, surely, to make sure they get top four. That injury to Harvey Barnes could cause them some trouble as well. So, this is a big weekend. Big weekend in the hunt for those Champions League places. Obviously, both these sides today in contention. Liverpool, my team, playing later on against Sheffield United. I will, of course, be doing a watch-along of that game over on Anfield Agenda as soon as we're finished here. So, hope you can go over to watch that one as well. Did I watch the Canelo fight? I did. I stayed up to watch it last night, mate. Systematically just broke him down. And then of course, they had the Saunders announcement. But the heavyweight fight was the big one last night. I thought it was a bit of a shock. 3 knockdowns and then your man comes back and get a draw. Fair play. Look, ladies and gents, how are we? I hope you're all well. Great to see you all in the chat. Bit of a surprise with the Chelsea lineup, by the way. I'm sure you guys have seen it. I'll run through it real quickly. So Chelsea have gone for Mendy, Azpilicueta, Christensen, Rudiger, Callum Hudson-Odoi, N'Golo Kante, Kovacic, Chilwell, Ziyech, Mount and Giroud. So no place for Timo Werner, no place for Christian Pulisic, no place for Kai Havertz. From the Manchester United side, they've gone for David De Gea, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire and Shaw. Then McTominay and Fred, that duo in midfield that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer have gone to a lot this season. Then Greenwood, Fernandes, Dan James and Marcus Rashford. That's the 11 for Manchester United. So, how are we? What do we think? Predictions? 2-2 as RSH has gone for in the chat, mate. That was my one as well. That's where I think this one would go, but it's a very conservative team, I think, from Thomas Tuchel. Am I fair in saying that? Like, it's I'm not saying they won't get a job done or it's not a good selection, but he's certainly picked a team for this game. He hasn't just gone with his best 11 or his favourite 11 or his most attacking 11. I think he's picked a team directly to try and get a result today against United. And whereas I think Lampard might have been a little bit different, and therein I think lies that difference between the two managers. As always, folks, today's watch along is being brought to you in association and sponsored by the good folks at the OneFootball app. If you haven't downloaded the OneFootball app yet, how dare you? I'm only joking. Look, link in the description. Go to the Google Play Store, the Apple App Store. It is the best football app out there, bar none. It is completely free. I use it. All my mates use it. I know 90% of you guys in the chat probably use it as well. But if you haven't downloaded it yet, get over to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store via the link in the description of the stream and download the OneFootball app. Breaking news, transfer gossip, league tables, statistics, everything you need for OneFootball app. And it's free. Did I mention it's free? Because it's free. Right, folks, how are we? Let's get back in. 2-1 United. Red Ryan saying scrape the win. 4-2 to United. Bridget Kearns is saying. Obviously, I'm going to call this game straight down the middle. But a United win probably would be better for Liverpool. As much as it pains me to say that, it probably would. There's no probably, it would be better for us. But I will call the game straight down the middle, folks, as always. Red Ryan said, Craig, I downloaded the OneFootball app 5 years ago and I haven't regretted it. And I don't think you will, pal, ever, because it's the best football app out there, as you know, because you said you have it 5 years, mate. Hannah said, I'm terrified of Giroud pocketing Lindelof. Once again, Ollie plays Lindelof and Maguire when it's been proven that Bailly plays better when we play him. Again, that's something that I've heard from a lot of Manchester United fans, Hannah. They seem to prefer that partnership of Eric Bailly and Harry Maguire, but again, for this one, Solskjaer has gone with Lindelof. Who do I think is going to win? I predict a score draw, Tom. It's a very difficult one to call, to be fair. I predict a score draw, but as I said, a United win, as much as it pains me to say it, looking at the league table would, be more beneficial to my team. Adam Noon said it'll probably end 0-0. Oh, God, mate, please no. No 0-0s. We hate 0-0s, don't we? Nobody wants a 0-0 in any game. I hate to say this, says Mike Houlden, but I'd rather United win because we're fighting for top four. I know, man, you feel dirty saying it. I feel dirty as well, but, with Arsenal getting a result against Leicester City earlier on, that, helped to chase them pack, including Liverpool and Villa and West Ham, Chelsea as well. So, if we can pick up a win later on today against Sheffield United and maybe United get a result against Chelsea and then that massive game at Anfield on Thursday between Liverpool and Chelsea as well, it's really heating up. But, we've got to do our part tonight. But now it's over to Chelsea and United to see what these guys can do. George has gone for a 2-2 as well. What have we got? Eric texted, afternoon, Craig. Good result for Arsenal game for us Reds. It was a very good result, mate. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch it because I was asleep. But you know, I keep strange hours. But I woke up, checked my phone. I was like, what? 3-1 to Arsenal. I didn't see that coming. And apparently, am I right in saying that Harvey Barnes picked up an injury as well? And of course, you never wish an injury on any player, but that will certainly be a loss to Leicester City. Brendy, how are you, pal? He's gone 3-1 to United. Love what you're doing. Keep it up, said Anonymous. Thank you. If you have Anonymous on your side, you're not doing too bad. What's your opinion on Thomas Tuchel? I genuinely don't know. I keep going back and forth on Tuchel. 1 minute I think, he's just, for use of a phrase that gets thrown at me, a BTEC Klopp or whatever, but I don't know, he's done a good job since he's come into Chelsea. I've got to be fair, that 2-0 win against Atletico, 1-0 away win against Atletico in the Champions League, he's getting results. Whether they be 1-0 or whatever, he's getting results, and that's all that matters. And he certainly has more of an understanding of what's needed than Lampard had. I think that's fair to say. We need 3 points, said Red Ryan after the Leicester defeat. Liam Parker's gone 2-1 to United. Ruthless United, is nervous. Anonymous has gone for a 2-0 prediction to Chelsea. Leicester didn't get any points whatsoever. They dropped them, I think he meant to say. I don't know. Well, yeah, they lost 3-1 against Arsenal, which is a shock. Who would I rather win? In any normal day of the week, mate, I wouldn't really mind, to be honest with you. But with Liverpool chasing a top 4 place, it's probably fair to say that a United win would be more beneficial to us because we're closer to Chelsea at this moment in time than we are to Manchester United. Opinion on Mount. He has improved a lot. Let's be honest, he kind of looked a bit lost at times under Lampard, but under Thomas Tuchel, he's almost our main man. He's come on a lot, Mason Mount. I like to give credit where it's due, and he's been playing well under Thomas Tuchel. RSH14 said I thought my phone was broken when I saw 3-1 to Arsenal. The match is starting, mate, in 7 minutes. We're 7 minutes mix away from the game kicking off. Do you think Liverpool will beat Sheffield United because Sheffield will play 5 at the back? Them playing 5 at the back though, Bridget, it's not really much use to them to sit back and be defensive because they need a win. They're drifting further and further away from safety. They're rock bottom of the table. So as much as we need to win, of course, as well, so do they. So you'd hope that they'd at least have a go. And if they do, then, that should suit us. But I've got James Pearce put out there that it looks like Naby Keita's going to start today for us, which is great. I'll be happy about that later on. And centre-back pairing for Liverpool of Phillips and Kabak is apparently going to be the one. Arab FC, how are you, buddy? Hope you're doing well today. Do you think Diaz is the second best centre-back in the league behind VVD? It's a good point. I mean, potentially. He is very good. I'll be honest with you, mate. He's very good. I don't watch enough of City, but, they're getting the results, pal, and they're walking the league, so he's a good centre-back. He's a good signing, and I give credit where it's due, Do I think Fulham will stay up? I hope so, Dara, because I wrote them off. I'll be honest, man. I wrote them off, but I got to give credit to Scott Parker. He may be lacking in personnel there with the Premier League quality, but he's got them fighting. He's got them playing the right way. I think they've got a very good chance. I really do. What have we got? RSH14 said Diaz is class, to be honest. He is. Look, and we got to give credit where it's due. As I said to you before, we love the sport. Yeah, we all have our own clubs that we want to do well, but you fell in love with the sport because of the great players. Maybe not the greatest defender, you know what I mean? But none of us here fell in love with the game because of defenders, but he's a great defender. There's no doubt. Sorry, I just have to cough, so I'm just going to mute my mic for a second. Excuse me. Nobody wants me coughing down the microphone. Hey, Samira, how are you? Welcome in. Again, folks, thank you. We hit 14k recently here on Mundo Sporto, which is absolutely quality. Really appreciate you guys giving us your support, and keep hitting that subscribe button, dropping a like on the video as well. And don't forget to catch me later on Anfield Agenda for the Reds trip to Sheffield United. That's going to be a massive game for us. We'll have a post-match show up on there as well. Korean predictions. I'm going for a score draw, mate. It could be 1-1, could be 2-2, but that's my guess at a prediction. Did you see, by the way, that Lee Mason has pulled out of being the 4th official for today's game between Sheffield United and Liverpool because of an injury? Defo because of an injury. Nothing to do with the fact because he's a clown. Defo because of an injury. Who do I want to win? Look, I'm not going to lie, mate. It's more beneficial for Liverpool if United win. And I feel dirty saying that, but that's the God's honest truth of it. It's a better result for us if United can get something from this game. And I hate saying that. It makes me feel dirty, but that's the truth. But that in mind, you know me on Mundo Sporto, I will be calling this game straight down the middle. No bias, no sly digs or anything like that. I'll call it as I see it, and it's set up for an intriguing game. I mean, I don't need to tell you that. It's Chelsea United. It's obviously going to be an intriguing game, but I'm very intrigued by Tuchel's team selection, which I will run through here one more time before we get underway. So, in goal, Mendy, as you'd expect. Then it's a back three of Rudiger, Christensen and Azpilicueta. Same back three that took on Atleti during the week. Then it's Hudson-Odoi, Kante, Kovacic and Chilwell, Ziyech, Mount and Olivier Giroud. So no starting place for Havertz, none for Werner, none for Christian Pulisic. Then for Manchester United, it's David De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire and Shaw. A lot of United fans would have preferred to see Bailly in there beside Maguire, I think. Then there's Dan James, Bruno Fernandes, Mason Greenwood and Marcus Rashford. They make up both teams' starting 11s. Darren wants Chelsea to win. There you go. I mean, anyone, mate, you know, everybody's welcome in here, mate. You know that. Doesn't matter who you want to win. Doesn't matter. Just be respectful to everyone and to each other, and we'll all get on grand. It'll be tickety-boo, as I like to say. And again, look, before we get underway, just a reminder, today's watch-along has been brought to you with thanks to our friends at the OneFootball app. Don't forget to download the OneFootball app from the link that's pinned to the top of the chat or in the description of the stream. It just lets the guys at OneFootball know that we sent you over. The app is entirely free. It gives you all the latest scores, fixtures, transfer gossip, breaking team news, gives you video analysis, gives you everything that you think of in a football app, except actual, obviously, live content, because that would be breaking the rules. But it's entirely free. It's a great app. As you see, you heard from the chat, people have been using it for years. I love it. Everything on there, video content as well. So check out the OneFootball app. Link at the top of the chat and in the description. We wouldn't be here today without the guys at OneFootball, so massive shout out to them. What else have we got? That West Brom game was a disgrace. It really, really was, fella. It really was. I mean, absolute. They want us to clap for Premier League referees. Well, do you know what I mean? Blow the whistle, man puts the ball in the net, and then the second whistle blown. Oh, no goal. Ridiculous. Why do a lot of people say Rashford is as good as Mbappe? I don't remember, honestly, mate, hearing anyone, even United fans, who obviously rate Rashford because he's a damn good footballer, but I've not heard anyone say he's as good as Mbappe. Unless, you know, maybe your friends or your timeline on Twitter or something, mate, but not for me. I haven't seen anyone make that comparison. As much as United fans rate Rashford, of course, and why wouldn't they? He's a good footballer, but, you know, I haven't heard anyone compare him to Mbappe. Being honest. Do you think Liverpool will respond next season? Yes. I mean, look at the players we have out. I'm not using that as an excuse because it's only part of the reason, but yeah, of course we will, mate. We'll be better next season. We can't be much worse, to be fair. It's been a pretty dire season from our point of view. Did I see Lampard heading to Qatar? No. Strange one. Yeah, strange one. It's, I don't know if he's chasing the dollar bills there or what he's doing, but that is an odd one. Okay, mate, nobody cares. You said this yesterday. Fuck off. You tried the same nonsense yesterday, Rafa. You're not getting any attention, mate. We gave you your attention yesterday. That's him done. Coming in with the same bollocks every day. No, not even timing him out, mate. I'm just blocking him. He came in that yesterday. We said sorry about it to him. Then he come in today with the same nonsense. He's just looking for attention. Right, we're about to get underway here at the bridge. United playing from left to right in the first half, and they're going to be kicking off as well. As always, folks, I'll do my best to keep you up to date with what's going on. Some alternative match commentary, and we'll have a little bit of fun along the way as well. Players are just taking a knee, and when they get back up, the ref will blow his whistle again, and we'll be underway. Right, here we go. Lindelof launches the ball out left-hand side. It's mad. Every single team that I see do this, maybe to try and win the throw or gain territory, I don't know. But anyway, Chelsea have it back now. Ziyech. Rudiger now plays it out left-hand side to Marcus Alonso. Oh, no, it's not. It's Ben Chilwell today, Craig. It's Ben Chilwell. I was in full Champions League mode there during the week. Keep forgetting it's Chilwell today. Hudson-Odoi now, right-hand side for Chelsea. Puts it straight out of play, but it did take a nick off United boot, so that'll be a throw into Chelsea on the halfway line, right-hand side. I think, from what I've heard, Bridget, Roy Keane, very possible for that Celtic job from what I've been reading, but, you know, I don't follow Scottish football, so I don't really know too much about it. Chilwell. He goes up the line and look, I told you, my next door neighbour's dog out. Definitely has notifications turned on from Mundo Sporto and Anfield Agenda, my next door neighbour's dog. And if you want to be like my next door neighbour's dog, make sure you've got those notifications turned on as well. I swear to God, he does this on purpose to me, the neighbour. Lindelof. Little 1-2 with McTominay. Back with Victor Lindelof now. Carries the ball. Gives it back to De Gea. De Gea launches it long upfield. It'll be straight down Christensen's throat though. He brings it down, plays it back to Mendy. Mendy out right hand side to Azpilicueta now inside his own penalty box. Back to Mendy. Pressure comes on now from Rashford. Chelsea launched the ball long upfield, but it's intercepted by Harry Maguire and he knocks it back forward. Rashford knocks it down to Greenwood. Fernandes to Rashford. Ball inside looking for Dan James. It's a little bit overhit though and falls to Chilwell. Giroud now locks it out left hand side looking for the run of Mason Mount. Mount has it left of the Manchester United penalty area. Pulls the ball across looking for Giroud. It's flicked away, I think, by Luke Shaw, which was a very good piece of defending. I thought that was going to drop straight into Olivier Giroud's head, but I think it took a nick off Luke Shaw. Let me just have a look at the replay here. It was indeed. That's good defending by Shaw because Giroud was waiting. So it'll be a Manchester United corner, but yeah, you got to give credit there because Olivier Giroud thought that was dropping straight onto his head. Score draw, Rian, is my prediction, mate. Score draw. Right, anyway, first corner of the game. To Chelsea, right hand side. A lot of Manchester United players in and around the 6 yard box. Just Giroud there for Chelsea. Mount goes short. Gives it to Hudson-Odoi, who plays an awful ball back to Mason Mount, and that'll go behind for a goal kick. Absolute waste of a corner there from Chelsea. Hi Craig, do you think we will get top four, and if so, who will be fifth? Mohammed, who's we? If it's Liverpool, our club, I'm 50-50 on it, mate, I won't lie. Limo, how are you, mate? Welcome in, lovely to see you as always. I'm shitting on the match tonight, Liam, even though it's Sheffield United, mate, I won't lie, I'm nervous, but you know, we'll get to that one later on. I'll be going straight over from this game onto Anfield Agenda to cover that game. Lindelof now carries it out for United, plays it out to Dan James, who, keeping in the play, gives it back to Chelsea. Ziyech, Christensen goes out to Rudiger now, left hand side. Ben Chilwell, Mason Mount, he's muscled out of it by Dan James. Good play by the United winger, but then he gives it away back to Mason Mount. Kante now, across to Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta fires a quick ball between the line looking for Ziyech, who turns in, and then N'Golo Kante nicks it out to Hudson-Odoi. Chelsea go back to Azpilicueta, Christensen. It seems like the pattern has been set here. Chelsea going to dominate possession. United look to dispossess them or spring quick counter attacks. With the pace United have, you can understand that tactic, to be fair. They have a lot of pace on that side between Rashford, Dan James and Mason Greenwood. Mendy, Azpilicueta. I said this before, I'll say it again. I always think there's a mistake in Mendy, particularly the way Tuchel has them play now from the back. I think if any team can pressurise the Chelsea keeper, I think there's a mistake in him. 4 minutes gone here at the Bridge. Still Chelsea 0, United 0. And it'll be a throw in now on the far side of the pitch. Shaw takes it. Fred is dispossessed. Well, I say dispossessed. It was a 50-50 challenge. I'm being unfair on Fred there. Ziyech now rolls the ball out left hand side. Rudiger. Back to Hakim Ziyech. Out to Ben Chilwell. Good pressing from Wan-Bissaka. Forces him back to Rudiger. Rudiger now back to the keeper again. Again, he goes out to Azpilicueta. Right hand side of the penalty area. Back to the keeper. They switch it out left hand side now. Rudiger in possession. See, that's where United will get joy, winning the ball back like that high upfield, but referee deems that was a little bit too tasty on Mason Mount. So free kick to Chelsea deep inside their own half. Mate, fake score is only going to get you one thing, and that's boot it out and boot it out very quickly. So you can do one with your fake scores, fella. Christensen, you have to remember, mate, there are people who can't watch the game, and I'm trying to keep up to date. They don't need people putting in fake scores, lad. It's not great. Rudiger now, what a break from him into the United half, left hand side of the penalty area now, whips in a low cross. McTominay clears it for Manchester United. Dan James brings it down. Tries a little 1-2. He was fouled, I think, in the process there. Yeah, he was. He was caught a little bit late. It'll be a free kick to Manchester United. Just about 10 yards ahead of their 18-yard box, right-hand side. I think a score draw maybe. It's really difficult to predict this one. SMT, mate, welcome in. It's really difficult to predict this one. You could make a case for either team. Two good teams here. You know, if I have my Liverpool hat on, as much as it pains me to say it, I'd want United to get a result because that's more favourable to us, obviously, because we're in a more of a fight with Chelsea at this moment in time. But yeah, look, you can make a case either way. Aaron Wan-Bissaka now, he goes up the line. It's intercepted by Ben Chilwell though. Mason Mount now. Cuts inside, rolls the ball to Ziyech. He plays a nice ball between the lines to Mount. Mount turns one way then the other, tries to get a shot, it's blocked. He really is on form, Mason Mount, isn't he? I mean, I was saying this the other day. Gareth Southgate has a very, very good young group of players to work with. Still don't think he's the right man to get the best out of them, but he has got a good group of players. United try a quick counter-attack there, but it's got to be brought back, I think. Referee's bringing it back for something. I'm not sure what's going on here. He's having a chat with Rashford. Was Rashford caught late or something? Or yeah, it's getting brought back for a free kick to United, so it must have been a late challenge on Rashford or something like that. Fred takes it quickly, rolls it across to Lindelof. Lindelof out to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Dan James, he's taken out off the ball. Referee tries to play an advantage, and he does, because Mason Greenwood's done very well there. He switches it across to Rashford. Rashford takes on Azpilicueta. Hudson-Odoi comes across to help him out. Takes a nick off Azpilicueta. Christensen calmly chips it out to Hudson-Odoi. That's good play to get out of their own area by Chelsea, to be fair. Ball rolled up the line now from N'Golo Kante to Hakim Ziyech. Ziyech now goes past one challenge, rolls the ball into Giroud, but it hits off his ankles and breaks to Scott McTominay. Gents, how are you, buddy? So glad you're back for the big game. How was your weekend? It was very good, yeah. It was nice and relaxing so far, mate. Yeah, can't complain. Hope you're having a good one. And thank you for the super chat, mate. I really appreciate it. Free kick here to Chelsea, which they take quickly. Mason Mount now, edge of the United penalty area. Turns one way, then the other. Rolls it out to Ziyech. Ziyech back down the line to Mason Mount. Fred comes across. Mount looking for support, goes back to Chilwell. Kovacic. Again, it's good play by Chelsea. Kovacic now switches it across, looking for N'Golo Kante. Azpilicueta out right hand side to Hudson-Odoi. He takes on Luke Shaw, puts in an early cross. Again, Victor Lindelof does well, puts it behind, and that'll be another corner to Chelsea. They made an absolute mess of the first corner that they had going short, so it'll be interesting to see what they do this time. All good, Mustafa, my man. How are you? Nice to see you win again. Good defending that from Lindelof. He had to get his position right, or again, Chelsea might have had a tap in. Here we go, though. Second corner of the game to Chelsea, right-hand side. Mason Mount across to take it. Here comes the delivery. It's headed away by McTominay. Breaks on the edge of the box. Greenwood flicks it. Dan James has it now. Referee allowing an advantage. Dan James was taken out of it, but Rashford gives chase here against N'Golo Kante. Out-muscles him. Oh, you can see what he was trying to do. He was trying to pick out Greenwood, who carried on a run at the far post, but Chelsea defender just about got a nick on it, and now it's a Chelsea throw in left-hand side. Again, a good advantage play by the referee there. It's been a weekend where we've all been critical of a lot of refereeing decisions, but that was a good advantage played there from the referee. Fair play to him. It's a good start, Ben. Yeah, it's been a good start from Chelsea, but to be fair, you can see United dangerous on the counter-attack as well. Chilwell now with the throw-in. Inside his own half, left-hand side. 10 minutes on the clock here at the bridge. Chelsea, they take a lot of chances, don't they, in their own half? Like, United have dispossessed them 3 times I can think of already here in their own half in the first 10 minutes. Fred now plays a nice ball between the lines to Greenwood. Greenwood with a back heel out to Rashford, who was offside, which is not great. You'd have to say that's a bit lazy. But it's a free kick anyway for offside. This is Karen Craig, but later on Anfield Gender you'll see me as... I don't know what you mean. This is Cam Craig. Oh yeah, an Anfield Agenda, it'll be Lunatic Craig as always, mate. I'm trying to save my energy, and I'm not emotionally involved in this game. Makes it easier to call it, but later on it'll be a different story altogether. Rashford, Fernandes, Wan-Bissaka. Rashford fires a cross in. It's over everybody's head, left hand side. Hudson-Odoi will leave it go out for a Chelsea throw in. Oh, I'm absolutely getting ready, George, mate. As soon as I finish this game, I'll be straight over onto Anfield Agenda, pal, to do the Liverpool game. Don't worry about that. Ziyech now. Mount. Fred has it left-hand side now for United. He's after winning it back. Good burst from him down the left. Across comes Azpilicueta. He flicks it out, and that will be a Manchester United throw-in a good position here. Kind of in line with the edge of the 18-yard box. They take it quickly. Fred turns inside. Plays the ball to Scott McTominay. McTominay to Fernandes. Fernandes turns, has a shot, but it's blocked. Second ball breaks to McTominay, who's caught late. And this will be prime Bruno Fernandes area here. It was Mason Mount that came in and caught McTominay. It was one of those, the ball was there for both of them to go for. McTominay got there first. It was a foul. They both... Yeah, look. I mean, to be fair, it was a foul. He was caught, but he was caught by the body of Mason Mount. So look, it is a free kick to United, and rightly so, but I wouldn't say it's that more than that. I wouldn't be looking for a yellow or anything for that. Not much Mount could do there, to be fair. But this is a good area for Fernandes. McTominay and Mount just having a little kind word there with each other. But yeah, this is prime range. Rashford's over it. Fernandes is over it. It's about somewhere between 25 to 30 yards out, probably more closer to the 30 range. Left of central, but just barely. It's a great position, this. Looks like maybe Rashford's lining this one up. Both of them over it. Referee blows his whistle. Rashford strikes it. It's a good strike, but it was straight at the Chelsea keeper who got two strong hands on it and pushed it away. It did have a bit of movement in the air, but it was on target from Rashford, but it was never really going to beat the keeper from that angle. But yeah, decent enough save from Mendy, but he should be making it, to be fair. Chelsea now in possession inside the United half with Kovacic. He goes back to Rudiger. Rudiger back to Kovacic. Inside to Kante. Kante switches the angle out right hand side to Azpilicueta. Back now to Christensen. Nice ball between the lines to Kovacic. Ziyech. Azpilicueta now again on the break for Chelsea right hand side. Rolls it out to Hudson-Odoi. Back to Ziyech, edge of the penalty area. Strike from Ziyech, but again, David De Gea gets his body behind it and it's straight down his throat. Both keepers worked here in the last couple of minutes, but, handy enough saves for both keepers. Both good positioning. Keepers knew what they were at. Oh, that should have been a penalty. United should have had a penalty. Callum Hudson-Odoi handled the ball. This will be a penalty. This is going to be a penalty to Manchester United. 100% penalty. 100%. Shouldn't take more than half a second to look at this. 100% handball. I'm calling it as I see it. 100% handball. I don't know what the ref needs to look at this anymore for. It's a handball. Let's not make a meal of it. His hand goes up and he punches the ball. Let's be frank about this. That should be a Manchester United penalty. Why is he taking... this is obvious stuff, man. Come on. This is why we hate VAR. He punches the fucking ball. Are you trying to see at Greenwood's arm? No penalty. Has he honestly given no penalty? Or penalty? What's happening? No penalty. Fuck me. I know he's going to say that Greenwood's arm hit off his arm, but fuck me, that's a handball. No, I'm sorry. It's no penalty. He hasn't given it. I think the argument is going to be that Greenwood's arm may have brushed his arm up, but look, I'm sorry, if that's my team, if that's Liverpool, I'm furious now. I'm screaming at the television if that's Liverpool. I'm sorry. That is, I don't get it. He punched the fucking ball. Say what, he punched the fucking ball, ref. Come on. How is that not a penalty? Every angle I see it from, it just gets worse. Oh my, I give up. Clap for these lads. Clap for them. I know the argument is going to be someone's going to try and say that Greenwood's arm may have brushed off his arm, but he punched the ball. Jesus Christ. I don't blame Goldbridge for fuming. If that was Liverpool, mate, I'd be throwing shit around my sitting room right now. If we got denied that penalty, I would be absolutely apoplectic. That is... These Premier League referees are a farce. They really are. Honestly, it's a joke. Rudiger. Any United fans out there, I absolutely understand why you'd be fuming. Any Chelsea fans, you're probably thinking we got away with one there, or maybe you think it wasn't a penalty, I don't know. But for me, that was a nailed on penalty. And again, more refereeing of bullshit quality in the Premier League. It's back with Mendy anyway. He goes out left hand side to Rudiger. All I can do is laugh because, you know, I'm not emotionally involved in it, but it is ridiculous. I'm sorry, the referees in the Premier League are a shambles. They are, honestly, even Stuart Atwell, even with VAR, even with getting the nod from VAR to go and have a look, he still somehow manages to come up with the decision that that wasn't a penalty. He brings his arm up and punches the ball, and it's not a penalty. I honestly am baffled, folks. Throw in to Mason Mount, Chilwell. And look, I've nothing against Chelsea. If that was in the other box the same way, I promise you, I'd be sitting here saying that should have been a Chelsea penalty. It doesn't... I've no interest in United winning. Well, sort of, actually. Maybe I do have a little interest because it would help Liverpool. But, you know, I certainly don't want to be making shit up. That either way, in that either penalty area, I'm calling that a penalty. I'm sorry. De Gea now with the ball for United. 18 minutes gone. The Brighton incident was an absolute joke, mate. It was an absolute joke yesterday. Mason blew his whistle. And do you know why it annoys me so much? That happened to us. We had an early free kick taken against us that we conceded before. And I'm all for it. I have to say, I'm all for the attacking team having the advantage. Because they were the ones that were impeded. So Mason blew the whistle after Dunk asked him. And he scored. And yet the second whistle came and they ruled it out. It was an absolute joke. And if that relegates Brighton, I tell you what, fucking lawsuit would be the next stop. Jenks said, thanks for understanding, Craig. 100% penalty. I agree. And as I said, mate, if it was in the other box for Chelsea, I promise you I'd be saying the same thing. I'd be saying that should have been a Chelsea penalty. Again, people saying Goldbridge is fuming. I understand why. As I said, if that was Liverpool, I would be smashing shit now. Wan-Bissaka. Fernandes. Fell there on Scott McTominay. He has his ankle clipped. It'll be a free kick to United about 10 yards inside the Chelsea half right hand side. Yeah, if anyone's over in Goldbridge's channel, tell him I agree with him. Tell him it wasn't nailed on penalty. Like, I'll message him later on myself, but United working at right hand side looking for Dan James, but it'll go out for a Chelsea throw in. Darren Spence, how are you, fella? And James, lovely to see you in, my friend, as always. I was thinking of score draw, buddy. I was thinking of score draw on this one. Liam, the refs in the Premier League, mate, they're beyond help. I jokingly said yesterday on Twitter, I'll run VAR from my sitting room. I'll live stream the entire thing and explain my decision making. Sorted, like. They are clowns, honestly. And look, to be fair to VAR at least told them to have a look, so there's not much that VAR can do about that. But the referee coming to the conclusion that that wasn't a penalty was odd. Anyway, we have to keep going with the game here. Kovacic turns back inside to Kante. Maguire, he gives the ball away to Mason Mount. Mount tries to switch the angle of attack across the right hand side to Hudson-Odoi. He's got an overlap from Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta now pulls it back to Hudson-Odoi. Strike from him. Not too far wide, you know. I had De Gea scrambling, but it just ends up a couple of yards wide of De Gea's right hand post. The sit up from Nice on the volley on the edge of the box. He hit it and he couldn't work the keeper. And from United's point of view, it was a little bit of a wake up call as to what could happen if they're caught out of position like that. Yeah, it was about a yard and a half wide, I'd say. How has Klopp got anything to do with that, mate? Stop trying to blame Klopp on the referees being inept. Fuck me. Klopp says once about United not getting a penalty, and apparently that's his fault. Why about blame the referee who can't make a decision right, mate? Got nothing to do with our manager. Fuck's sake, I'm sitting here telling you it's a penalty, and yet somehow it's still Klopp's fault, mate. Grow up. Free kick here to United. They take it quickly. It's a wasted one though. Dan James did well actually to keep that in play. And United eventually get a throw in now, but Rudiger puts it out. It'll be a throw into United on the halfway line. Austin, how are you, fella? Said, hey Craig, always love to see you doing United games. Give a decent opinion, not biased, funny and doesn't make any crap. Good to see. Yeah, trust me, mate, the crap will be coming when I do Anfield Agenda later on when I'm emotionally involved and if anything goes wrong I'll be jumping around like a lunatic. But no, I've always promised on this channel, mate, from day one, I'll call everything as impartially as I possibly can. Wan-Bissaka now. Back to Fernandes. Fred now to Mason Greenwood. Kante wins it back, gives it to Ziyech. Ziyech to Kovacic. To Christensen. Back to Kovacic. He switches it across to Azpilicueta, but it's overhit. And I actually did manage to keep it in play. Fair play to Azpilicueta there. He did well. Kovacic now. Kante knocks it forward. Luke Shaw nods it down to Harry Maguire. Maguire plays the ball upfield to Scott McTominay. McTominay spreads it out right hand side now to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Dan James cuts inside. Rolls a nice ball to Mason Greenwood. Again, that's a bit of a lazy pass from Greenwood that catches Aaron Wan-Bissaka off guard. Now he's out of position, and if Chelsea move quickly they can counter. And Kante gives the ball though straight to Manchester United. Fernandes, edge of the box, looking for Marcus Rashford. Rashford can't get on the end of it. Good defensive play there from Azpilicueta to shepherd it out, and it'll be a goal kick to Chelsea. Both teams have turned over possession a lot. I think in that type of game, this should lead to goals, surely, because both teams are very good at counter-attack and play and very quick. But yeah, there's been a lot of possession turned over so far in the game. A lot of pressing, good pressing from both sides. Rudiger now. Goes up the line to Mason Mount, spins inside. Referee says he was clipped, and that'll be a free kick to Chelsea. What do I watch the games on? Sky, mate. I don't mean to be rude. Genuinely, Sky. That's what I'm watching this on. Sky Sports main event. Well, no. How are you, fella? Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it, fella. Christensen. To Azpilicueta. Kovacic. Kante. Lindelof. I'm going to message Mark and see if he's still wound up about it. Sorry, one sec, folks. Kovacic now for Chelsea. Rudiger. Chilwell. Mason Mount tries the ball into the box. It's overhit. It'll go behind. It'll be a goal kick to Manchester United. 25 minutes gone here. It's absolutely flown by. It's still Chelsea 0, Manchester United 0. Andrew said, I've just got in from work. If I missed that and good. Yeah, United were robbed of a penalty, Andrew. It was a 100% penalty. The referee, how we can look at that on a monitor and think it's not a penalty, I'll never know. Maguire, out left hand side to Shaw. It's intercepted by N'Golo Kante, but it'll go out for a Manchester United throw-in. Yes, mate, I will be doing the Liverpool game. Straight after this, I'll be jumping onto Anfield Agenda, buddy, I promise you. Lindelof. To Maguire. Rashford. Back to Luke Shaw. Shaw plays the ball across to Victor Lindelof again. Fred. Moves to that left-hand side now to Maguire. Maguire carries the ball inside the Chelsea half. He's got options. Plays the ball through the line to Rashford. Rashford to Fernandes. Little 1-2. Rashford goes back to Lindelof then. Lindelof. Ball into Mason Greenwood, who spins out and gives it left-hand side to Harry Maguire. McTominay. Fred. Goes out left-hand side to Fernandes. Fernandes tries a little scoopy dink over the top for Rashford. I think referee's given a goal kick. Rashford couldn't quite get on the end of it. Christensen put his body in the way and just ushered it out for a goal kick. He would have been offside anyway. Just looking at the replay, he would have been offside, Rashford. McTominay. Mount. It was a switch tried by Ziyech, but Callum Hudson-Odoi had already cut inside, so there was nobody out there, and it goes out for throw-in. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Ball flicked on. Christensen gets there, gives it back to Mendy. Drawty's messaging me now as well. Honestly, even Connor, the other half of Anfield Agenda, we're in a little WhatsApp group with Drawty and we're both agreeing it was a nailed on penalty. It was ridiculous. And look, I've no interest in being beneficial to United, but as I said, I can only be honest. And if that was in the other end of the area, I'd be saying the very same thing. It would have been should have been a Chelsea penalty, but it's they got away with one there for sure. I did. I sent Mark a message to say United got robbed. I did. They were robbed. I told you. I was sending them a message. That's my honest. I'm always honest. People think that I'm just this ranty, swearing lunatic. I'm not. I call things as I see them. And as I said to you, like, you know my opinion on Premier League referees. They're horrendous. Maguire now switches the ball across. James does well, nods it down to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. McTominay, he goes back to Victor Lindelof. Ball out left hand side. It's a good ball that, looking for Luke Shaw. Gets his head up. Hudson-Odoi comes across to give pressure. Shaw forced back inside now. He's got options though. Fernandes. Back to Harry Maguire. Fred now, left hand side. Just about to hit the half hour mark here at Stamford Bridge. Still scoreless. Fernandes tries a ball down the line. It's mishit and it goes out. It'll be a Chelsea throw-in. Hey everyone, thanks for coming across. Do hit that subscribe button, by the way, if you're new. Drop a like on the video as well. Oh, don't call him, mate. That Brighton game yesterday was an app. I've said it many times, mate. It was a shambles. If Brighton get relegated because of that decision, and it could potentially happen, I tell you what, I feel for them because they were robbed yesterday. I know they missed penalties and all, but they were robbed. That was a goal. Should have stood. The ref blew his whistle. Hudson-Odoi now. Ball inside. Flicked across by Christensen to Ben Chilwell. Chilwell goes up the line looking for Mason Mount. Victor Lindelof comes across to help him. Mount plays the ball inside, but Scott McTominay's the first one there. Back to Bruno. Oh, that is awful from De Gea. Back, awful. He gets lucky there. De Gea, ball was played back to him. He miskicked it. It landed at the feet of Olivier Giroud. And, well, his strike was every bit as bad as De Gea's clearance, to be fair. But, yeah, got to be a bit more careful than that. Oh, mate, the refs are... You know my opinion, Rev and I. I've been saying it for 2 years. Ever since the channel started. Premier League referees are horrendous, pal. I know it's a difficult job. Don't get me wrong. But they're awful. And when you have a video, a monitor like that, to help you, and you're sent over to have a look at it. Christensen. Across to Azpilicueta now. Azpilicueta. Ball goes out of play. It'll be a throw into United. By the way, folks, don't forget, do subscribe to Anfield Agenda as well if you enjoy the content. The reason I say that is we're less than 1,000 subs away from 80,000 subscribers on there, which is unbelievable. So, love to get there ASAP. Good work here in midfield from United. Fred's won the ball back. Again, the referee plays a good advantage because Fred was fouled. I'll give Atwell credit on that. He's played advantage as well. Just pity he can't look at a monitor and see what's in front of his two eyes. Again, play breaks down though. It'll go out for a Chelsea throw-in. VAR can't overrule the refs, mate. It's just the ref has the final say. Now, I have to defend VAR on this occasion because at least VAR told them to have a look. You know, that's at least he was told to go to the monitor and have a look. After that, it's all on Stuart Atwell. Mendy. Out right hand side to Azpilicueta. Nice spot by him to Kovacic. Kovacic plays a good ball between the lines to Giroud. Ziyech is dispossessed there by Maguire. Good challenge from him. Back to Lindelof. Lindelof under pressure goes back to David De Gea. De Gea rolls it out to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He's brought down. That'll be a free kick to United. About 5 yards inside their own half, right hand side. Fernandes takes it quickly and rolls it across to Harry Maguire. Maguire carries the ball forward into the Chelsea half. Tries to slip a ball through to Luke Shaw, which takes a ricochet, but eventually does find its way out to Luke Shaw. He's up against Azpilicueta now. Plays it out off Callum Hudson-Odoi, and I think that'll be a Manchester United corner. Chance here for a set piece for them. Chelsea have had a couple of corners already in the game. Nothing came from either. And now it's United's turn. Vandy, how are you, mate? Welcome in. $11 minutes to go. Corner to Manchester United, left hand side. Ball in. It's cleared. It's not a great corner. It was cleared. First man clearance from N'Golo Kante. And it goes out for a United throw in. Shaw just looking to find somebody. Plays it short to Mason Greenwood. Back to Luke Shaw. He's dispossessed. Ziyech now for Chelsea. To that right channel to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi cuts back inside. Rolls the ball back to Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta switches it across to Rudiger. Rudiger out to Ben Chilwell. Chilwell's under pressure from Wan-Bissaka. Goes back again to Christensen. 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Still awaiting the first goal of the game. N'Golo Kante now. Right hand side for Chelsea. Little flick over the top to find Callum Hudson-Odoi. Good footwork from him. Frees a yard of space. He goes back to Azpilicueta. Christensen now. He carries it forward. Chelsea just about to enter the United half now. Left hand side. Rudiger does well. Nice little turn from him. And a great spot to switch it across to Callum Hudson-Odoi, who's in acres of space out there on the right hand side. Early ball across. That should have been 1-0. That should have been 1-0 to Chelsea. It had everything. It was a wonderful move. It was a great switch from Rudiger across to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi takes a touch, gets a lovely early cross in. Olivier Giroud throws himself at it. You're thinking diving header, this has Giroud written all over it. So close. There's nothing more Callum Hudson-Odoi can do. It's a wonderful ball across the front of the 6-yard box. You have to say Giroud should have done better, and usually Giroud is lethal with his head, but he collides I think with a post or something there, so hopefully he's alright. But I mean, that was a wonderful, wonderful ball from Callum Hudson-Odoi, just begging to be put into the back of the net. And yeah, Giroud will feel he should have done better. Yes, of course I can say hello to Gabby. Hello Gabby, how are you? I hope you're well. That's probably the best chance of the game so far. I think it's fair to say. Again, so really, that's the danger area. That's the channel if you're a defender. You don't want to be defending balls in. Hudson-Odoi brings it down really well. It's just a perfect cross. It's a perfect cross. It's begging to be put into the net. Colin, I don't do anything political stuff on the channel, mate. Of course, I don't want to see riots in my own capital, mate. But yeah, the guy that fired the firework, that's all I'll say. He needs to be locked up. Rashford gives chase, just about keeps it in play, but then collides with the advertising board and goes over it. Azpilicueta sportingly comes over to make sure he's okay, as does the referee. Again, just good plays, just trying to prevent the goal kick and keep it as a throw, and he collided into the microphone and then went over the advertising board at the end of the pitch. It looks like he'll be alright, thankfully, and never like to see any players getting injured. I say it time and time again, but it looks like Marcus Rashford will be okay to carry on. Just over 8 to go here in the first half. Mate, if you're putting it in, put P after it, buddy. If you're putting it in for a prediction, obviously I know that is a prediction because you know you're going 1-1, but just so we don't have you boot without a ratting fella. Kante. Nope, there's a Chelsea player down, Kovacic with a head injury, so the referee rightly waves on the Chelsea medical staff. So we'll have a break in play here while Kovacic gets treated. Let's have a look what happened. Oh, excuse me, it isn't Kovacic, my apologies. It's Ziyech, excuse me. I just seen the back of his head. I didn't know who it was, but it's Kovacic. No, it's Ziyech, I got it wrong again. It's Ziyech. Austin, Craig, a few Liverpool fans have started calling for Klopp to resign. I know you won't be one of them, of course not. But what would it take for me to be behind that? Not this season. Nothing this season will make me change my mind, mate. Nothing. Yeah, look, people who are calling for Klopp out need to just give their heads a wobble. We're having a bad season for a whole lot of reasons, and it ain't entirely the manager's fault. It ain't entirely... There's a whole lot of reasons, but no, I'm certainly not going to be in the Klopp out camp no matter what happens this season. Greenwood now for United, right hand side. Back to Wan-Bissaka. And the people you're talking about are idiots. I'm going to call it straight. If you're Klopp out right now, in my opinion, you're an idiot. And you're an ungrateful idiot at that as well. Honestly, they're the type of fans that I would just think either are just glory hunting shits or don't remember where we were before he came in. So, yeah, not for me, fella. I understand it's a bad season, but there's as I said, a whole host of reasons for that. Kovacic. I've seen some bullshit article in the Mirror as well saying they were lining up Steven Gerrard. Klopp leaves Liverpool, he'll walk into any job he wants in the world. Any job. Pick a job and he'll walk into it. I think even United fans, Chelsea fans, anyone in the chat would agree with me on that. If Jurgen Klopp left Liverpool, he would walk into any job in world football. Fred here. He's dispossessed. Second ball breaks, so Fernandes has it. He tries to strike, it's deflected, and it'll go behind for a corner to Manchester United. not Bayern. He'd walk into the Bayern job, mate. They'd fly open those doors. Trust me. Bayern Munich have been trying to get Jurgen Klopp for a long time. He'd walk into that job. I know they're doing really well under Hansi Flick. And they've done amazingly well, but trust me, they'd open those doors for Klopp. Corner in from Luke Shaw. Headed away by Azpilicueta. Ball breaks to Fred. Wan-Bissaka. Back to Fernandes. Fernandes gets his head up. Picks out a diagonal ball looking for Luke Shaw, but again it's intercepted by Azpilicueta. Lindelof gets there first. Gives it back to Fred. Fred back to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Now Maguire's back in position. Aaron Wan-Bissaka carries it forward. Goes around the outside of Mount and gives it to Fernandes. Back to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Marwan, are you honestly that much of a clown? McTominay. Fred. Fred switches the angle of play across right hand side now to Mason Greenwood. Greenwood back inside to Scott McTominay. McTominay gets his head up, fires a diagonal ball across to Luke Shaw. Hudson-Odoi's there with him. Shaw plays it inside to Rashford. Rashford little 1-2 with Maguire. Azpilicueta gets a foot in, but it's there for Harry Maguire. It'll go out off Callum Hudson-Odoi and should be. No, he's given it to Chelsea, has he? No, he's given it to United. It is the United throw. I was wondering. It's the United throw, left hand side. 2.5 minutes left in the first half plus additional time here at Stamford Bridge. Okay, Marwan, you think you're funny. You're not. You're an idiot. Now fuck off. Lindelof. Wan-Bissaka. McTominay. James with a cross in. Fernandes went for it, but it's headed away by Azpilicueta. Maguire. Alright, I'll get rid of him. There'll be another corner here to Manchester United. It's not your opinion, mate. Well, okay, let's say it is your opinion. My opinion is you're an idiot. And my opinion is the only one that matters on this channel, Marwan. So, therefore, I say you're an idiot. And I don't want to deal with idiots. So, TTFN, mofo. So, yeah, you can keep your opinion, mate. Clearly you know fuck all about the game. Fernandes now with a corner for United, right hand side. Ball played in. Rudiger flicks it away. Second ball breaks. Fred has it now for United, right hand side. He leaves it go out. It'll be a throw in here to United. 1 minute plus additional time left at the bridge. I think it's been I know it hasn't been a goal-filled first half, but I've been intrigued by it. I think it's been a decent game of football. Throw into Chelsea now. Looks like we'll be going in, as I said, at half time at 0-0, but United rightly will feel aggrieved because they should have had a penalty. How Stuart Atwell can look at that and still not give a penalty, I'll never understand. Lindelof. Flicked on by Giroud. Chilwell heads it away. Giroud's caught a little bit late there in a follow through. It'll be a free kick to Chelsea. Mate, I couldn't be arsed watching the Europa League, King Flipper. Honestly, I'd rather we didn't get European football. Because the only benefit I could see for Liverpool in the Europa League is you get to blood through some youngsters. But other than that, I'd rather just concentrate on getting a league position and get back into the Champions League if we missed out this season. De Gea gathers that cross for United. 2 minutes of additional time added on by the referee at the end of the first half. I don't know who Paddy Murphy is, mate, but he better have a lot of football knowledge, because I tell you what, there's one thing I know, it's football, pal. Trust me. I'm not saying anything that you're slagging me or not. I've no idea, but I know the sport, pal. Trust me on that one. I've been in and around it 31 years. Fernandes now, out left hand side to Shaw. Ball back, Fernandes leaves it, but He thought Dan James was going to be there, but Dan James had carried on his run, and it's cleared by Chilwell. It'll be a throw into United left-hand side. Greenwood, strike. It's blocked by Christensen. Falls to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Again, mate, I wasn't saying dinosaurs you're having a digger at. I don't know who the other fella is, mate. That's why I was saying it. Rudiger puts it out. It'll be a throw into United, which Dan James took quick, but Rudiger pushed them in the act of taking the throw. Odd. Rudiger's been winding a lot of people up. Him and Suarez had a little... Well, to be fair, Suarez did pinch him the other day in the Atleti game. But he was having a little tangle with McTominay there as well. Ball's back with Mendy now. He rolls it out right-hand side to Azpilicueta. 15 seconds of first half stoppage time to go, and it'll be a throw in here to United, left-hand side. Shaw throws it back to Maguire. Maguire now carries the ball forward for United, rolls it between the lines to Greenwood. Rashford cuts back inside into his right foot. Cross comes in, it's blocked, and that'll be half-time, ladies and gentlemen. The referee puts the whistle to his lips. Half-time at the Bridge. Chelsea 0, Manchester United 0. It's all set up for a good second half. Craig will do Euros watch-alongs. Yes, we are doing them. We've agreed to deal with Boyle Sports, who are going to come and sponsor all our coverage of the Euros. So we'll be probably doing it between both Mundo Sporto and Anfield Agenda. But yes, we will be covering the Euros, and we're going to bring you as many games as we can, as many post-match shows, predictions, lots of stuff. We're going to be working on our content plan soon, but yeah, we definitely will be covering the Euros. We agreed that deal with Boyle Sports during the week. No problem, Darren Meal, mate, no problem. Did I think it was a penalty? 100% nailed on penalty, Zach. As I said during the game, I've got no idea how it wasn't given. Sorry, I just got to charge my phone here. I've no idea how. And I'd be saying the same if it was in the other penalty area. Like, I've no vested interest in saying that was a United penalty, but it was. Well, technically, I suppose it wasn't. But yes, mate, my opinion was, no matter what team it was, in what league it was, that was a penalty. Am I ready for the Liverpool game? I am, Evan. I'm a little bit nervous, buddy. I won't lie. But yeah, I'm ready for it. Again, for any Liverpool fans that are in the chat, just a heads up that it's going to be Kabak and Phillips at centre-back, and Keita is going to be in the 11 today as well. Would you rather have United or City win the league? City, probably, because I don't... How do I phrase this in the way I want to say it? I still think of United as rivals, and I just think of City as an inconvenience, if that makes any sense. I don't know how to describe it, but City over United for me, because it would hurt more for me if United won the league. It wasn't my post, Ben. I don't run the Anfield Agenda Insta account, buddy. I pop in occasionally, but Connor does most of the posts, mate. Oh, it'd be just their luck, chicken boy, wouldn't it? That Brewster would score. Anyway, look, let's have a talk about this game. What do we think in second half? Let's have a look at the benches and see what options are available to Solskjaer and to Tuchel. Right, so on the bench for Chelsea, Kepa, Marcus Alonso, Jorginho, Pulisic, Werner, Zuma, Reece James, Kai Havertz and Emerson. On the bench for United, Bailly, Martial, Diallo, Henderson, Telles, Matic, Williams, Van de Beek and Tuanzebe. So probably think it's fair to say more attacking threat on the bench there for Chelsea. To be able to look to the bench and see Pulisic, Havertz, Werner. You know, that's where all that money went in the summer. I've no idea. The back at no idea how it wasn't a penalty, mate. And you know, the really frustrating part for the whole football world, you know, because I'm not a United fan, I'm a Liverpool fan, but the frustrating part is, how can a referee look at the monitor and still not give that as a penalty? I'll never know, mate. They'll hide behind. You'll see Dermot Gallagher and all the usual fucking cover-up artists be out on television during the week telling us that there was mitigating circumstances, or that Mason Greenwood farted on his arm and that caused his arm to go up and caused Hudson-Odoi to punch the ball. But look, we're not blind. We all know as football fans what we see. We heard Lee Mason blow his whistle. We've seen that. It's just shambolic refereeing yet again. Week after week, these fucking clowns are at the centre of attention all the time. And as a football fan, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the best league in the world being ruined with inept officials week after week. It is a joke. It is a joke, ladies and gents. And I've no horse in this race. I don't give a shit who wins this game. Well, yeah, from the Liverpool perspective, a United win would probably help us out with a top 4 push, but outside of that, like, I'm a Liverpool fan. Why would I care if United got a penalty or not? But that was a penalty, and it would have been a penalty if it was Chelsea. It would have been a penalty if it was Brighton. It would have been a penalty if it was Villa. It wouldn't matter. He punched the fucking ball. Madness. Absolute madness. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, again, delighted to say that today's watch along is being brought to you in association with our friends over at the One Football app. There is a link to the One Football app pinned to the top of the live chat, and there's a link in the description as well. The One Football app is entirely free. You can download it from the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. It gives you fixtures, it gives you breaking news, it gives you video content, it gives you absolutely everything that you could ever want in a football app except my commentary. But, you know, they can't have everything. But look, the One Football app is the best football app out there, bar none. They do a lot of great stuff. They help out a lot of football content creators as well. Download the app either via that link at the top of the chat or in the description, just to let them know that we sent you over. And as always, a massive thank you to our friends over at the One Football app for all the support that they've given us. What have we got? That's a penalty in Sunday leagues, let alone Premier League. Yes. Have to agree with you, Banter and Beards, mate. It is, yeah. And look, I can understand it being missed in real time. You know, actually, if I'm being really honest with you, in real time, I thought it was Greenwood that had handled it. I knew somebody'd handle it, but I thought it was Greenwood. Then when you see the replay, it's clear that it's Hudson-Odoi that handles it. So, I don't know, mate. I don't know how anybody can look at a replay of that for a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and come to that conclusion. No, but I think that's a fair point from Michelle there. Michelle says, Craig, I don't know what handball is anymore. I think a lot of us are in the same boat, Michelle. I think a lot of us are very confused that the goalposts seem to be moving. Again, look, Greenwood didn't even push his arm up there. I'm looking at another replay of it. Clap these lads on. Clap them on. Imagine putting out that post and clap on the referees. Fuck right off. Oh my God. The more you look at it, just the more frustrating as a football fan you are. Frustrated at that, like, it's a joke. Look, you know it, I know it. Anyone watching around the world knows it. Premier League, again, going to be a laughing stock because of referees that just can't do the job. It's as simple as that. It's a joke. Originally I'm from Dublin, Dale, but I live in Wexford now. I live in Gorey in the, what would be the northern part of Wexford? Or is it northern? Yeah, it'd be northern part of Wexford, yeah. What has happened? Callum Hudson-Odoi went full on volleyball, mate, and the ref didn't give a penalty even after looking at the monitor. But then again, the best chance of the first half, to be fair, I don't want to be here slating Chelsea because it's not the players' fault, it's the referee's fault. The best chance of the first half, though, did come from a good bit of play by Rudiger, who switched it across to Callum Hudson-Odoi in the right-hand channel for Chelsea. He fired an absolutely wonderful cross across the front of the 6-yard box. Olivier Giroud threw himself at it. You're fully expecting the net to bulge. He gets a glance on it, but it goes wide, and that was certainly the best chance of the first half there for me, and it probably should have been 1-0 to Chelsea. I think United fans will feel that they got off the hook on that one, as much as they should have had a penalty, but that was certainly the best attacking piece of play in the first half. Jota's not starting today, Ben. He's not starting, mate. He'll be on the bench, but he's not starting. I still think 1-1, Alex. I still think a score draw, but it is interesting. It's going to be an intriguing 45 minutes here in the second half. Everyone that's coming in saying it should be a penalty. I agree with you. You're not going to get any argument from me. And I think even, most of the Liverpool fans I'm seeing in the chat as well that I recognise from our own streams at Anfield Agenda are saying the same thing. It was a penalty. And I would have said if it was a Chelsea penalty, I would have said the same thing. It's a penalty. How do I rate Salah this season? It's a tough one, mate, because, top of the goal scoring charts. But I think I'd like to see him put centrally. I've said that before. I'd like to see us bring in a winger, a pacey winger in the summer and push Mo through the centre. But it's been a complex one, mate, for a load of different reasons. As I've said, injuries, so many changes. But, Mo's banging them in, and that's all we can ask of him. Jonathan Williams said it has 0-0 written all over it. I don't know, man. If you look to the bench, like Chelsea know that they're in a fight for top four. United have a bit of breathing room, obviously, but they're going to want to try and catch City, as you'd expect, and so would Leicester lost today, so that pushes them back a little bit. You look at the bench though. That's where you think the game could be changed. You look at the bench for Chelsea. You see Pulisic, you see Werner, you see Kai Havertz there. There's a lot of attacking talent on that Chelsea bench for them to change things up a bit. Reece James on the bench for them as well. I don't do either ors, mate. I don't do who's been better, this or this, because it's just all opinion, mate. So, I just look after and want to talk about my own club's players in Liverpool. And if somebody asks me if Rashford's a good player, I'll give you an answer. But I don't do these who's better, this or this, because it's all depending on the system. It's all dependent on a load of different variants. I can say they're both very good footballers. What score will help us? Well, if I presume you're a Liverpool fan, mate. If you are, then you'd have to say that a United win would be more beneficial to Liverpool, with Chelsea being, in that top four race with us, and Aston Villa and West Ham, and Everton, of course. Sorry, you can't forget Everton after their derby victory over us, which still hurts. United win would be more beneficial for us in the league table. Opinion on the Brighton decision. Oh no, I've said it so many times, mate. Nothing else I can really add to that other than it was another disgraceful decision. You're an Arsenal fan. That's a very good win for you lads today. I mean, I was shocked when I seen that result. I only woke up really late and I looked at my phone and seen that it was 3-1 to Arsenal. That shocked me, and I think an injury to Harvey Barnes, if my memory is correct on that one as well. Adam, both of what you said there. I'd put Mo through the centre, I'd bring back Harvey Elliott, and I'd bring in a winger, mate. So both of what you've said. Would I start Bobby today? Yes, because what's the option if we don't? Because let's be fair, Jota's not ready to start yet, so yes, I would start Bobby today. I don't think you'll see any change in the front three. Good weather today in Ireland. Yeah, it's not too bad actually, mate. Yeah, for the few minutes of sunlight I did see, because it's not too bad. Dump Trent? No, that's ridiculous. I'm not even going to give that any time. Do you think Klopp's comments in United's penalties have affected refs and VAR? No. How could it be, to be fair? Like, all managers have done this at some point. I agree, I'll give you that one, mate. Klopp said it. Other managers have said it about other teams in the past, but I'm a staunch Liverpool fan, mate. A staunch Liverpool fan, banter and beards. And I look at that and I was shouting. Watch the comments, shouting that was a penalty. It was blatant, and even a manager getting in your head, not for a handball like that. Like that's just poor officiating, mate, at the highest order. Neto or Rafinha? Probably Neto, from what I've seen. Yeah, I like to look at that kid. He's got a little bit of bite about him as well. They're both good ballers, but I'd probably edge for Neto in that context. It's 80 degrees in Florida. Oh, Liz. Oh, I'd love it. I'd so love to be over there. We're still hoping to get over at the end of the year, Liz. We're waiting to see if we can get vaccinated, of course, and then hopefully maybe early November, early December, miss the Thanksgiving rush and try maybe early November or early December to get over with the family on a holiday. That's the plan anyway. Austin said, I feel for Klopp as a United fan. I don't think his mother dying in Liverpool shopping form are mutually exclusive. He looked devastated during the interview. Mate, my heart was broken from that day. And look, obviously we've had Alisson's father pass away, and Pep Guardiola lost his mother at the beginning of COVID as well. And anyone out there that hasn't been able to attend the funeral of a loved one, like, I don't just mean football, I mean anybody in the world. I'm sure there are people in this chat who maybe weren't able to attend the funeral of a family member. It's just soul destroying, mate. It's a really, really tough time in the world, and hopefully we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel now, and hopefully, we can get back to some form of normality in the middle to the second half of this year. And I mean, I've been lucky. I've had the two channels to get me through lockdown. I've had Anfield Agenda and Mundo Sporto and all you guys to, interact with on a daily basis and have a bit of fun with. But yeah, it's been tough. It really has for a lot of people, and I've been lucky. None of my family have been affected by COVID. So yeah, I've been lucky in that sense. Am I going to get the vaccine? Absolutely, 100%. As soon as I can get it, I'll be out there getting that vaccine, 100%. Really funny, Jack. Haha, haha. Who's doing the pre-match show on Anfield Agenda? Kyle from Nothing But Reds. I'm not sure if Jack's joining them, Jack Gill, or not, but I think Kyle from Nothing But Reds will be doing it. And then I'll be jumping on as soon as this game's over and starting the watch along on Anfield Agenda. So hope you guys can come over there and join me for that. Even if you're a United fan, just come across and say hi. And again, we're really close to hitting 80k. We're 1,000 subscribers away from 80k on Anfield Agenda. Please help us out. Get over there, hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video as well. We're about to get underway in the second half here at Stamford Bridge again. Just a reminder, today's watch along has been brought to you with thanks to the good folks at the One Football app. There's a link at the top of the chat, a link in the description. Download the One Football app entirely free for all the latest news, league tables, statistics, break and transfer gossip, everything you need in one schmexy little football app that's entirely free. And it is the best football app around, bar none. You know that, I know that, it's no secret. Right, folks, let's get underway here in the second half at Stamford Bridge. Still scoreless. United are coming out now. I'm just going to grab a little sip of water before we get underway. Who do you think's the best player in the relegation zone? It's a good question, that, actually, Enrique. It's a very good question. So Callum Hudson-Odoi has gone off, by the way, to be replaced by Reece James. So there's been a change there for Chelsea. Well, real Sheffield United out of that straight away. Real Fulham. West Brom. It's an interesting one, mate. I'd have to really have a think about that. It's a good question, though. Who do I think is going to win? It's a 50-50, mate. I couldn't call it. What's the ideal result from a Liverpool point of view? United win. Because, we're closer to Chelsea, than we are. United are 9 points ahead of us. So, yeah, I think United win is the better result. Anyway, we're on. Well, oh God, I hate saying that. But you asked from a Liverpool point of view, and that's the honest answer. Aspilicueta out right hand side now to Reece James, who again, just a reminder, has come on for Callum Hudson-Odoi. Referee gets in the way there, and I think Chelsea get lucky because looking at that pass, although the ref did block it, so it is Chelsea's ball. I think Fred was going to nick it for United anyway. I don't know how United fans really want to blame Klopp on that not being a penalty. It's a fucking stretch. They need to blame the ref on it not being a penalty. I mean, does that mean if Klopp comes on and says he wants Manchester City to drop points, that every referee is going to be going on there and just awarding 2 penalties a game to the opposition? It's not Klopp's fault. It's Stuart Atwell's fault. Let's put the blame entirely where it belongs, at the feet of the incompetent referee. I think Hudson-Odoi might have had a knock, actually, because you're seeing just there a picture now of him with an ice pack on his left, just above his left knee. Throw into United left side now, Luke Shaw to take it. Why is this Craig versus Mark? We're mates. We like each other. Mark's like a mentor to me, mate. There'd be no Craig versus Mark boxing match. I'm about 4 weight divisions ahead of him anyway, so no. And he's my mate, and he's been really good to me, and he's a top lad. Nothing but love for me towards Mark, mate. He's one of my good mates on here in the football content world, and as I say, I'll say it again, he's been very, very helpful and good to me, as has Drawty and all the guys, the United stand. So, I'm cheering them on to a million like everybody else. I don't do toxicity, mate. I don't do hate. I want everyone to do well. And, you don't put in the graft like they have for 7 odd years. And you don't get there by accident. They're a damn good channel. Ball across, back to Mendy now. Rudiger, out left hand side. Chilwell. Kante. Kovacic. Rudiger. Game's a bit of a walking pace here at the minute. N'Golo Kante. Back to Rudiger. Mendy puts his foot through it. Launches it upfield, but it goes out of play for United throw in right hand side. Mason Mount now. It's a good overlap and run by Ben Chilwell. He gets his head up, has a look across, pulls the ball across. Ziyech, it's blocked, falls to James. It's blocked. That's great defending from Luke Shaw. That should have been 1-0 Chelsea. A good save from De Gea, and then the second block from Luke Shaw was fantastic. That is the most clear-cut chances of the game. And again, David De Gea comes up, trumps for United. And then an excellent block. And you can't talk about this without the second block from Luke Shaw. So Chilwell goes overlapping left side, pulls it back, breaks to Ziyech. De Gea makes a good save with his right hand. Then it falls to Reece James, and Luke Shaw throws himself at it, blocks it with his leg. Again, great goalkeeping. Good move from Chelsea's perspective as well. A great attacking move. Good goalkeeping, and then a great block from Shaw as well. Good piece of defending. But yeah, that was definitely the best chance of the game so far. Good build-up play by Chelsea down the left-hand side. Back with De Gea now. He launches the ball out long left-hand side. Fell there. That should be a yellow, I think. I think Fred's going to see a yellow for that one. He does indeed. Went through Mason Mount. I don't know. Honestly, now to be fair, look, I can't see how they're complaining about that. It looks like he went through the... Yeah, that's a yellow every day of the week. I'm sorry. That's as obvious a yellow as you're going to see. How could you can't have any complaints about that? Come on, man, be fair. That's a yellow all day. Glenn Roeder passed away, has he? It's another football man gone. May rest in peace. That's terrible news. Ball cleared there by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Kovacic now. Back out left-hand side to Chilwell. Chilwell rolls the ball across to Azpilicueta. Reece James. Azpilicueta. Back to Christensen. N'Golo Kante now. It's switched across to Rudiger. Kovacic. Certainly fair to say Chelsea have started the second half a lot brighter. They try to switch out right hand side, but Reece James had lost his foot, and then it goes out for Manchester United throw-in. I'm doing good, Roberto, mate. How are you? John, I'm alright, fella. I'm alright, thanks. Obviously a bit nervous about our game. I can't believe I'm sitting here saying I'm nervous going to the team that's bottom of the league table, but I am. That's the way it's been for us this season with Liverpool. But yeah, it's busy day for me. Got this game, then straight across the Anfield agenda for that watch along, and then a post-match show as well. Giroud. Out right hand side to Reece James. He goes back to N'Golo Kante. Azpilicueta. N'Golo Kante now rolls it across to Antonio Rudiger. Azpilicueta. Reece James. Christensen. It's a bit of a lazy pass there from Giroud, and United have a chance to counter now. Marcus Rashford. That's a good spot by him to Dan James. Dan James now has it. Opens up his body, has a strike. It's deflected, and that'll be a corner to Manchester United right hand side. Power plays. I think we'll win 2-0 today, but it's tough to know, man. I could predict something I could be at this point. What's my opinion on the Irish guy? He's class. I had him on Anfield Agenda. We did a video together, mate, last week. And Michael's brilliant. We had great fun. Could have spoken to the lad for hours. Absolute lovely, lovely fella. Yeah, lovely. It was lovely to get to know Michael. Lovely to have a chat with him. And he's a top guy. He really is. Funny as fuck as well. But yeah, if you haven't checked out that video, please do. It's up there in the Anfield Agenda channel. We also did an interview with Jack Mate recently as well, which is up there, and that was a load of fun as well. We interviewed, Jack Gill interviewed Darren McAnthony, the owner of Peterborough United. That's up there on the channel. Ball in. It's headed away by Giroud. Second ball now. It's intercepted. Chelsea have men over here. They've made a mess of this. They had a 4-on-1. And they drew themselves so wide that now United have got bodies back. That was an absolute shambles there from Chelsea on the counter. They still have it though. Ziyech, strike from him, takes a deflection. It's headed away by Lindelof. And Kante. Kovacic is dispossessed. Fred gives it away though to N'Golo Kante. Mason Mount, he goes out left hand side to Chilwell. It's back to Antonio Rudiger. He goes forward and gives it out left side to Chilwell again. Kovacic. If they had got that one pass right, Chelsea, in that move, they'd had a 4-on-1, they'd have been in on goal, but it was a stray pass, dragged them out wide, and again, sloppiness there as they played the ball straight out of play. It'll be a Manchester United throw-in. Trinidad sending love. Send it right back to Trinidad from me, buddy. Lots of love to everybody over there, mate, and thank you for watching. Really appreciate it, Trini. Nice ball there, switched out looking for Dan James, but it's well defended by Chilwell, and now it's in the hands of Mendy, who rolls it back out to Ben Chilwell. Antonio Rudiger now. Christensen. Still scoreless here at Stamford Bridge. It's fair to say two best chances of the game have fallen to Chelsea. One, Olivier Giroud should have got on the end of it. A very good cross from Callum Hudson-Odoi. And the second one had a good save from David De Gea and then a great block from Luke Shaw. Again, can't mention chances without talking about the penalty United were denied. And now it's a corner. Corner to Chelsea. Down their left-hand channel. Just about to hit the 10-minute mark here in the second half. Still scoreless at the Bridge. Still horrible, isn't it? Seeing empty stadiums. Like, can't wait for next season. Hopefully we'll have full stadiums again. Reece James. Cross deep to the far post. It's overhit and it'll go behind for a Manchester United goal kick. Am I from British? I'm Irish, mate. De Gea to Lindelof. He goes out right hand side to Armand Bissaka. Scott McTominay now. He's dispossessed by Rudiger. Reece James, he gives the ball away back to Scott McTominay. Lindelof now switches to play across left hand side to Luke Shaw. Shaw thought about a run down the line but turns back inside, then goes back out left and then back inside again. Gives it back to Harry Maguire. Maguire across to Aaron Wan-Bissaka now, right hand side for Manchester United. Little dink over the top from him to Dan James. It's a good ball actually. Dan James now in the right hand channel, and eventually the linesman puts the flag up. He took his time about it, but flag went up eventually, so it's offside, free kick Chelsea. I don't care how it's pronounced. I'll pronounce it however the hell I want. If you don't like listening to it, then you can just keep saying Zayek every time I make a mistake, but I'll pronounce it the way I pronounce it. Always a smart arse, isn't there? I'll give you a list of Irish words and you tell me how you get along with all those Irish words, right? That okay? We'll see how you get along. Always has to be someone having a dig. Kovacic, Chilwell. Headed away by Maguire. Reece James, Azpilicueta. Back to Reece James. N'Golo Kante. Rudiger, again out left hand side. Ben Chilwell. N'Golo Kante. Samira said, I'm Moroccan and the person correcting you isn't even right. There you go. I'll take the Moroccan person who would definitely know the pronunciation. So thank you, Samira, as always, for having my back. And look, if there's one thing I'm known for on this channel, it's butchering pronunciations. On all channels, I can't pronounce a lot of names, but look, I think people get the gist of who I'm talking about. Azpilicueta now. He carries it forward, rolls the ball across now to Antonio Rudiger. Out left hand side to Chilwell. Back to Rudiger. Switches it back across now to Azpilicueta. Mason Mount. Reece James. Azpilicueta. N'Golo Kante. Kante does well, keeps possession. Turns back inside, has a strike, it's blocked, falls to Fred. Fred rolls it out to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who's forced to turn wide. Good play by Aaron Wan-Bissaka there, good composed play. McTominay rolls a lovely ball between the lines now to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes out left hand side again. Just that last ball from both teams. If he gets that in, then Rashford has a run at the full back, but what's Fernandes unhappy about here? He's screaming about something at the referee and I've got no idea what it is. But it's not the referee's fault there that Fernandes misplayed his pass to Rashford, because it was a great opportunity. Now they've won it back again. United have it with Mason Greenwood. He rolls it to Dan James, back to Mason Greenwood. Strike! Oh, that was not far away, you know. That wasn't far away at all. Greenwood cuts inside. Little 1-2. Makes a yard. It's about a yard wide in the top corner, that. He got a hold of it well, just couldn't quite get the bend on it. Anybody know what Fernandes is unhappy about there? I'm genuinely baffled as to what he's unhappy about. Throw into Chelsea now, right hand side. Paul, how are you, mate? Welcome in, nice to see you. And now we're gone here at the bridge. Still awaiting first goal. Manchester United starting to get into the second half a lot more now, to be fair. Chelsea had a bright start. Fred now. Good turn from him. Good footwork from Fred to free up a bit of space for himself there. Gives it out to Rashford. Rashford the ball over to Shaw. Shaw puts it across the 6-yard box. Falls to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He pulls it back to McTominay. It's blocked by the keeper. It's a good save there from Mendy. And Chelsea clear their lines. But as I said to you a moment ago, United are starting to force the issue a little bit more now in the last 5 minutes. Again, a good overlap and run by Luke Shaw. Pulls it across. Breaks Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He fires across in. McTominay. Saved by the Chelsea keeper. And eventually it's cleared and it'll be United throw in. Free kick here to United out near the corner flag. Mason Greenwood brought down, foul by Ben Chilwell. And the referee comes across and gives Chilwell a yellow card. That's one from each side if my memory is correct on a yellow. Fred for Manchester United and now Ben Chilwell for Chelsea. And no doubt about it, again, spot on from the ref on that one. Chilwell was late. It was a yellow all day long. If I was a United fan, would I take Lingard back? No, I wouldn't. Again, folks, please do hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the stream. Drop a like on the video as well. We've gone past 14k now on the channel. Really do appreciate that. Next stop, hopefully 15. Cross in. It's headed away by Chilwell. Breaks to Fred. Fred gives it back to Luke Shaw. Shaw puts a cross in now. It's headed away by Azpilicueta. Fernandez scrambles and gathers it back. He fires in a cross now. Again, it's flicked away by Azpilicueta. Only as far as Rashford. Rashford tries a cross. Or, excuse me, a cross comes shot, but it was fairly weak and goes straight into the arms of the Chelsea keeper. Starting to see a bit more goalmouth action now. It's starting to stretch and open up a little bit as both sides push, looking for a winner. It's terrible, Anthony, isn't it? Like, I still haven't gotten used to seeing empty stadiums, mate. It just feels soulless. Like, it's just not what football should be about at all. And obviously, for good reason. I'm not moaning about why they're doing it. But it'll be nice to see fans back in. Mount now on the break for Chelsea. It's a good break this by Mason Mount. Cuts back inside. It's blocked again. Good defending that from McTominay. Chilwell with a strike. Hits off Giroud, who's offside, and that'll be a Manchester United free kick. That was good work there by Mason Mount for Chelsea. Little 1-2 with Ziyech, and then he carries his run on. Goes past Fred, who can't bring him down, obviously. Breaks into the box, cuts inside. And then again, good timing from Scott McTominay to get the block in there. And then Giroud obviously offside there when the ball hits him from the strike from Chilwell. Paul, let's just get through the summer, mate, and then we'll judge FSG. And I get where you're coming from. This to me is a huge summer, but I can't preempt what might happen, mate. I know I'm interested to see where that $750 million that they're getting from the investment, which of course is entirely theirs to do with as they please. I'm interested to see if they drop a little bit of that cash Kloppo's way. Pulisic getting his instructions now from the Chelsea bench. It looks like he'll be coming on momentarily. Fred out to Luke Shaw. Shaw with a diagonal ball looking for Dan James. James heads it down to Mason Greenwood. Greenwood gives it out right hand side to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Back to Greenwood. Fernandez tries a little flick. It's headed away by Rudiger. Azpilicueta gets the second ball, but Fernandez dispossesses him. Shaw to McTominay. McTominay now. Strike. Again, it's blocked by Rudiger. Fred has won it back for United on the edge of the box, though. Dan James. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Back to Scott McTominay. To Fred. Fred switches to play across left-hand side, but overhits it, and it'll go out of play for a throw into Chelsea. And here comes Christian Pulisic. He's going to replace Olivier Giroud. So Chelsea gone for pace through the centre now. Obviously they feel with the game opening up a little bit, maybe there's some space to be exploited in behind. 25 to go here. Still awaiting the first goal at Stamford Bridge. Maguire sees it out. It'll be United throw-in. Don't forget, folks, as soon as I'm done here, I'll be heading straight over to Anfield Agenda for a watch-along of the Reds trip to Bramall Lane to take on Sheffield United. Rudiger dispossesses McTominay there. Fires the ball out left-hand side, but that's good tracking back from Dan James to stop the ball going to Kovacic. Rudiger comes across and wins it back for Chelsea. Chilwell now. Kovacic. Ziyech. Pulisic. Chilwell. Gives it back to N'Golo Kante. Kante now switches across right hand side to Azpilicueta. James. Mount. Azpilicueta. Christensen. Plays it out left hand side to Ben Chilwell. Chilwell cuts inside. Rolls the ball down the line looking for Hakim Ziyech, but it goes all the way through to David De Gea. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. I wouldn't work for Sky, but thank you. I have two dream jobs. I've said it before. ESPN over in the States or Be in Sport in Doha. Either of those gigs would be dream gigs for me because I like the sun. I want to live in the sun. I want to live in a warm climate. Luke Shaw now carries it forward for United. Out left hand side to Rashford. Again, it's not a great ball, forces him a bit back. Fred now, edge of the box, strike. Oh, I thought that was in, you know. I thought that was in when it left his boot. Solskjaer gives him a thumbs up. It was a great effort from Fred, but I thought that was in. I thought he picked out top bins there. Opens up his body, gets the curl on it. It's about a yard wide again. Three quarters of the way through the game here. Still scoreless at the bridge. Fernandes plays the ball across to Aaron Wan-Bissaka now, right hand side. Couple of step overs from him, goes round the outside of Ben Chilwell. Cross comes in, bounces off Ben Chilwell to go out for a Manchester United throw in now, right hand side. Kate, how are we, Meow Mucker? Good to see you in the chat. Ideally, Kate, you know, from a Liverpool perspective, as much as it pains us to say it, the better result would probably be United win. But anything other than a Chelsea win is a bonus here. Obviously, with us playing them on Thursday, it's a big game for us. And look, we've got to get past Sheffield United today. Rashford, back to Lindelof. Lindelof out right hand side now to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Dan James. Good footwork from him, cuts inside, goes past a couple of tackles, but it's a very well-timed challenge from Antonio Rudiger. It dispossesses him. Then Dan James clips the ankles of Chilwell. It'll be a free kick to Chelsea inside their own penalty area. Still think the ref isn't doing a good job. The referees referee the game well right up on... The only incident is the penalty man. Everything else, I think the ref played some good advantages. I think he's done a decent job, but how you can... I can't talk about anything good that he's done without mentioning the penalty incident, mate. Because other than that, the ref's been alright. It's just that's a big incident to get wrong, though. Niall, how are we, buddy? Said, hi, Craig, United fan here. Feel we haven't been good enough and Fred has to come off. Predicting a 1-1 still. Yeah, it's looking like an odd goal game to win it, isn't it? I'll be honest, mate. But then again, it's still 20 minutes to go and we could easily see 2 goals in this last 20. Who's in your FPL team, Craig? Hand on heart, mate, I haven't checked this week. I don't remember. I barely ever. I'm shite at it, mate. I don't keep up with it enough. I don't have enough spare time. Mount. Good work from him. He cuts inside, goes past a couple of tackles. Again, the referee plays an advantage, but Chelsea give the ball to United now as Aaron Wan-Bissaka intercepts. Dan James, that's a good burst from him. If he looks inside, he has Bruno Fernandes on the run. It's a poor pass and it's intercepted by Chelsea. Kovacic now works it out right hand side to Ziyech. He tries a ball in behind, but Maguire does well and heads it down to Luke Shaw, who gets it intercepted then by N'Golo Kante, who gives it to Kovacic. Mount now for Chelsea. 20 minutes to go. Ben Chilwell back inside to Kovacic. Kante. He fires the ball to Ziyech. Mason Mount. Chilwell now. Back to Mason Mount. Kovacic. Christensen. Out to Azpilicueta. Nice ball down the line to Christian Pulisic. He goes out wide right to Reece James. Kante's left scrambling, but he gives it across to Antonio Rudiger. Chelsea moving the ball side to side here, just trying to drag United out of shape, but so far United's defensive discipline has remained intact. Christensen. Azpilicueta. Again to Reece James. The press comes on this time from Shaw and United force Chelsea back. They're deeper inside their own half now. Azpilicueta. Christensen. Rudiger. Little 1-2. Did Fred get the last touch on that? Nope, referee says it's a goal kick. Again, it's another counter-attacking chance wasted there, or attacking chance, excuse me, wasted there by Chelsea with a slack last ball that goes behind for a goal kick. Manchester United now about to bring on Anthony Martial. Next time the ball goes out of play, he'll be introduced. And thank you, Noah, for the super chat, by the way, mate. Much appreciated, fella. United try the ball down the line looking for Rashford, but Reece James gets there first and gives it back to his keeper. Mendy now fires it out left hand side to Chilwell. Chilwell to Kovacic. Kovacic turns under pressure from Dan James but goes past him. Turns him again just for fun and goes back inside and gives it to Kante. To Ziyech. Back to Kovacic. He rolls the ball across now to N'Golo Kante. Kante to Azpilicueta, and Azpilicueta back to Christensen. 17.5 to go here. Has to be a goal in this game somewhere, surely. Rudiger. Back to Christensen. Reece James. Down the line to Mason Mount. It's back now with Azpilicueta. Back at Reece James. And again, United's press forces Chelsea back inside their own half. Rudiger works it out left hand side to Chilwell. Pulisic back to Chilwell. Kovacic. Pulisic. Christensen switches the ball out right hand side to Reece James, who chests it down well and rolls it back into Ziyech. Ziyech, Kovacic strike. Easy for David De Gea to get behind. Bit of a side footer from Kovacic from distance. Never really going to trouble David De Gea. And he flings the ball out left hand side now as United start to counter. Cameraman, can we not see a replay when the ball's in play there, fella? Shaw. Back to Maguire. Chelsea have turned it back over now in midfield. Kovacic has it. Rolls the ball out to Reece James, right hand side. James back inside to Ziyech. Ziyech across to Kovacic. Little 1-2 with Pulisic. Plays it out left hand side to Chilwell, who fires in a cross but it's headed away by Maguire. Drops to Hakim Ziyech. Azpilicueta has a shot again, though easy for David De Gea to get behind. Timo Werner now getting ready to come on for the last 15 minutes or so here. He's on the sideline, stripped and ready to go. Fernandes to Luke Shaw. Shaw back inside to Fred. Fred gallops into the Chelsea half and works it out left hand side to Marcus Rashford. Back to Shaw. Still Fred. Look at the space Wan-Bissaka's in right hand side if they moved it out to him quicker. Fred has it now. McTominay. Inside the final 15 minutes now at Stamford Bridge. We're still awaiting the first goal. It doesn't surprise me that Alisson isn't in the team, mate. I mean, I wouldn't play in his position. Professional or not, he's just lost his father. So, again, I've always said, whatever he wants to do, I'm sure the club will have no problem with. And, Chelsea keeper spilled it there. And I wonder, was Dan James going to get on the end of it? But Mendy manages to get up and gather the ball at the second attempt. Sorry, it was Fernandes that was trying to get on the end of it. I thought it was Dan James from first glance. Rudiger. Mount switches it across now, right hand side, Azpilicueta. Reece James. Back to Azpilicueta. Christensen. Antonio Rudiger. Chilwell. It's all very methodical from Chelsea at times, isn't it? Like, just move. Just, I don't know, it just lacks a bit of cutting edge at times, if that makes any sense. It's all like, just very robotic almost. Sometimes it feels like they just move the ball for the sake of moving it, rather than actually trying to penetrate. Aspilicueta now. Again, back to Rudiger, who the game's at a walking pace. I think somebody's down. It's Dan James that's down with an injury here for Manchester United. Team news for the Liverpool game should be out in the next 8 or 9 minutes. I'll be intrigued to see. We know Keita should be in the starting lineup. Centre back pairing, from what I've been told of Phillips and Kabak, or I say what I've been told, what's been put out there. You getting trolled by your wife was funny. It's our anniversary tomorrow, actually, Joe. It's our wedding anniversary tomorrow, mate. 14 years tomorrow. We're 20 years together and we're married 14 years tomorrow. And I wouldn't be fucking here, mate, without her. And I don't mean here doing this, I mean on this planet without her. She's been my saviour without any doubt. Here's the change now for Manchester United. Anthony Martial coming on to replace Mason Greenwood. Thank you, Ben. Much appreciated. And thank you, Andrew, as well. Brendan. Cheers, fella. Cheers, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, honestly, I said it before, I'll say it again. She's my biggest supporter in everything I do. Every time I think of quitting, she tells me not to. Every time I've been down, she's picked me up. She's an amazing woman and far stronger a person than I'll ever be. When do we think about creating an Anfield agenda? In John Lennon Airport, in, what was it, the Starbucks or Costa? I can never remember which coffee shop it is there. I think it's Starbucks, or is it Costa? In the coffee shop in there, we came up with that name. Thank you, Scotty, and thanks, Kate, as well, and everybody in the chat. Thank you. Foul here on Pulisic. It'll be a free kick to Chelsea. Maguire guilty of the foul. He gets himself a yellow card, his 7th one of the season. Don't forget about our second channel, by the way, folks. I say our second channel, our main channel, Anfield Agenda. We're closing in on 80,000 subscribers. We're less than 1,000 away. So if you can go over there, hit that subscribe button, drop a like. Even if you're not a Liverpool fan, just to help me out. Cross in from Mount. It's flicked on by Christensen. Breaks Aaron Wan-Bissaka now as we head towards the last 10 minutes here at the bridge. He rolls the ball down the line to Fred. Fred tries to go round Kovacic, but Kovacic wins that battle and plays the ball back to Christensen. Christensen now. Across to Aspilicueta. I've got my Liverpool tracksuit top over there ready to go for the Reds game. Sitting on a hanger there beside me on the sofa. David De Gea now fires the ball out to Fred. His miscontrol allows N'Golo Kante to come in and nick it off from Christensen now. Aspilicueta back across to Rudiger. I know, Paul, it's terribly saddening, mate, to hear the passing of Glenn Roeder, former Newcastle United manager, obviously, and yeah, sad, another loss to the game, Paul. May you rest in peace. Ball back now with Mendy. Christensen. Reece James now fires the ball at right hand side to Mason Mount. I missed, who did Werner come on for? Sorry, I missed that one. He came on for Ziyech. Sorry, folks, I missed that one. Timo Werner came on to replace Hakim Ziyech. Chelsea put that out of play, looking for Reece James, so it'll be a throw into Manchester United down near their own corner flag, left hand side. Shaw takes the throw in. Chelsea get a foot in and nick it behind. That'll be a Manchester United goal kick. 8.5 minutes to go, plus additional time here at Stamford Bridge. Still awaiting the first goal. There's been some chances for both sides. A penalty shout that, well, I say shout, you know, you've seen it. It was a nailed on penalty. Shaw goes forward. Christensen. Pulisic now. Kante. Plays it left side to Ben Chilwell. Back to Mateo Kovacic. N'Golo Kante. Again, out to Ben Chilwell. Chilwell cuts inside now. Aaron Wan-Bissaka forces him back a bit. Kante gives the ball back to Antonio Rudiger. Christensen. Azpilicueta. Again to Pulisic. Reece James. Kante. It's good passing by Chelsea, but not really any penetration as of yet. Rudiger fires a nice ball out to Reece James. Back inside to Mason Mount. Back out to Reece James. He fires a cross in. Oh, that is a good piece of defending if he gets a touch on it. Is there an offside in there or something? But if not, Lindelof defended that very well. It was a good ball out to Reece James. Reece James fires a ball into Mason Mount. Gives it back out to Reece James. It definitely wasn't offside. I tell you what, then that is a very good piece of defending from Victor Lindelof. Yeah, excellent defending from Lindelof. Because Werner was awaiting a tap in there at the far post. Lindelof, he got that spot on. The ref giving a goal kick there. Fuck me, that was a corner. It's definitely a corner there, but he gave a goal kick anyway. Chelsea have won it back though with Kante. Christensen. Azpilicueta. It's Chelsea now who are asking the questions of United. Dan James side foots it down to McTominay. McTominay's pass is intercepted by N'Golo Kante. Christian Pulisic. Out left hand side now to Timo Werner. Werner goes round the outside, fires the ball across, but it's straight into the grateful arms of David De Gea. 6 minutes to go at Stamford Bridge. I'd say probably United win would be better for Liverpool from a league perspective. You know, anything other than a Chelsea win is decent. Do you know what I mean? Because, you know, they're the ones we're closest to. They're the ones we're fighting for. United are a good bit ahead of us at the moment. So, yeah, probably anything that sees Chelsea not get 3 points would be more beneficial. Pulisic. Strike from him. He can't keep over the top of the ball. Sails over David De Gea's crossbar. And it'll be a goal kick to United. Where in Ireland am I from? Not too far away from you, buddy. I'm living in Gorey now, Killian, so not too far away from you. But again, where I grew up isn't too far away from you either. I grew up in Shankill, which is South Dublin. Liverpool team news should be out now in a second, so I'm going to have a little look-see on my phone here. We're all refreshing like mad to see that team news. Shaw now, he's fouled. That'll be a free kick to United. Don't forget, we'll be finishing here, folks. Jumping straight onto Anfield agenda for a watch-along of the Reds game against Sheffield United. As everybody refreshes like mad to try and see the team. Come on, lads. You're like 12 seconds late here with the team news. Here we go. Adrian is in goal. Christ, help us. Trent, Phillips, Kabak, Robertson, Wijnaldum, Jones, Thiago, Mane, Salah, Firmino. Then where's the Keita that we were promised was going to be starting? That's pretty much exactly the team that I predicted. Shaw now. Fires the ball in. It's defended well by Christensen. It'll be a throw into United left hand side. You're from Carlow, Alan. I used to live not too far away, mate. I lived in Ballylinden in Laois. I used to go over to Carlow regularly to do my shopping, buddy. They're in the south of Italy these days. Nice. Well played. Fred now for United, left hand side. Azpilicueta defends that situation well though, and it'll be a goal kick. Naby's on the bench, by the way. Yeah. So on the bench, that's a weak bench for us. The young Polish keepers on the bench. Hughes, Milner, Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Shaqiri, Origi, Reece Williams and Nico Williams. It's not a strong bench at all, is it? Just goes to show you how decimated we are. Pulisic now for Chelsea. To Shaw. Maguire for Manchester United. Does well to hold off the tackle of Pulisic. Then turns and tries to go around the outside as he awaits support. Referee said he was fouled. That's a free kick to United. 2.5 minutes to go. Azpilicueta, Kante. Throw in here now, right hand side. Two minutes to go here, plus additional time. Reece James for Chelsea. Gives the ball to Pulisic. He gets fouled then off the ball, Reece James, and that'll be a free kick to Chelsea. Nope, Jota not on the bench. He's ill. Oh, God, we've no luck, do we? Honest to God. He's ill. That's just about our luck. Comes back from injury and now he's ill. He's ill apparently, Jack. Oh God. Just get no luck at all at the minute. Free kick here to Chelsea. Reece James over it, floats it in. Ball breaks right hand side now to Aaron Wan-Bissaka for United. As we hit the final minute here. Before we know what the referee adds. That's a good ball. That's a good ball. United have bodies over now. McTominay. That's a shit ball. Again. United have it back though. If McTominay played that right, United would have been in. They have it in the left hand channel now. With Dan James, who rolls a shocking pass down the line. Nobody there and it goes behind for a goal kick. If you're a United fan, you've got to be fuming at that counter attack. Had the bodies forward, all it takes is the right ball from Scott McTominay. And as has been the case for both sides in this game, that last ball has just been lacking. Voice is good, mate. Yeah, I'm good. I think I'll hold up alright for the game, the post-match show. We all await to see what the referee adds on now for additional time. Again, that was a lovely move by United. They play McTominay in. He has to hit that ball. Oh, it's just not great by McTominay. 3 minutes of additional time is all that's been added on here at Stamford Bridge. 3 minutes. Chelsea keeper launches the ball long. Maguire gets his head on it. It'll go out right hand side for a Chelsea throw in. Pulisic flicks it on. Fred. Rashford now plays it out off a Chelsea player. It'll be Manchester United throw in on the halfway line, left hand side. 2 minutes of additional time left here at Stamford Bridge. As it stands, it's going to end honours even. De Gea puts his butt through. But he definitely didn't put his butt through it. Puts his boot through it. And Rashford wasn't able to keep it in play and it goes out for another Chelsea throw-in. Reece James now. Kante, Kovacic, Mount. He's brushed off the ball. Referee waited a second. Then he gives a free kick to Chelsea. This could be their last chance to get a delivery into the box here and try and find the winner. I think it was a foul, to be fair. Dan James did step across him. Free kick put in by Reece James. Maguire heads it away for United. We're now inside the final minute of additional time. Kovacic with a strike, but it's easy for David De Gea to get behind and save. And there's my next door neighbour's dog, out just before the Liverpool game as always. Fred wins the ball back in the centre of the park for United, but then he's dispossessed and Aaron Wan-Bissaka steps in and wins it back again. Rolls it across to Luke Shaw. Shaw now on the gallop for United. Rashford goes ahead of him, but he leaves it for Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes inside to Fred, who has a crack. Again, it's not great keeping that. It did move a little bit in the air, but Chelsea keeper made a bit of a meal of that. Maguire now carries it forward for United. Fred, Fernandes. We're inside the final 10 seconds here at Stamford Bridge. Fernandes cuts inside. Switches it across to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Fred. Referee blows it up. That's all she wrote at Stamford Bridge. It finishes Chelsea 0, Manchester United 0 in fairly liveless affair, I think it's fair to say. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I really do appreciate you being with me here to watch this one. And again, a massive thank you to our sponsor for today, the OneFootball app. If you haven't downloaded the app, please do so for me to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. There is a link in the description. OneFootball is the best football app out there, bar none. They also give a lot of help to football YouTubers like myself and other channels, and we wouldn't be able to do what we do without them. So thank you to OneFootball. As I said, all the latest breaking news, transfer gossip, statistics, everything you need in one fantastic, completely free football app. Download it if you get a chance. I promise you won't regret it. And look, folks, thank you for being with us. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and I'll chat to you guys soon. Take care.